Then if you guys are watching me on a replay, drop me a hashtag style. Y'all know the drill. I help the multicultural, multi-ethnic to brand on social media and to earn at the same time. So if that is you and you're looking to earn an extra income, drop hashtag hybrid. Today we're going to be really rapid. We have about like 9 minutes. But I wanted to go over and talk about something that I think you guys will probably learn in this lesson of how to find grace, how to find good things in every connection, right? Hey, Laws. Hey, Andy, Kiara, Sasha. Cool to see you guys. And I want to just quickly go over on it because I think it's something that you guys can learn in a situation of a disgraceful lunch can automatically lead to lessons where you know your thing. So we're going to be talking about three things. Number one, service to treat people. Number two, don't fool me. Number three, we're going to be leading with knowledge. Okay. And so I want to quickly go over where we are just going to be jumping into. So let's just me bring you back to the basic of understanding. Okay, so we went to lunch yesterday, and we were supposed to go to this Lebanese with two of my friends, Coco and Stephanie. Awesome people, awesome business owner. One of my actually Stephanie is a breeder of the year for dogs. I don't know exactly which ones. Last year and this year she made it, and I met Stephanie in Florence. She's an awesome human being, and just she keeps on crushing it. You know, when some women are just crushing it and just selling really, really well, and they're just good at what they do, and coming together, just talking about business and elevating each other, it's always a good thing. Okay. So basically, we're supposed to go to Lebanese place, but the restaurant was shut, so we decided to go to somewhere else. Decided to go to a pub, right? Now, if you guys know me, pubs, I mean, basically on Sunday you can get Sunday roast, but we decided we all wanted something different, so we wanted like a sea bass, probably getting closer to what we wanted. We didn't want fish and chips, so we thought we'd just take that, right? The food arrived. So in first we ordered focaccia, and if you guys don't know, a focaccia with like some different sides and whatever. Focaccia in Italy is basically bread, and then you get tomatoes in it. Or la focaccia, you have like different. It's like a thick bread, elevated bread, which is really really nice. Anyways, the dish arrives, and they say, yeah, here are the focaccia sticks and the pesto, the sauce, and that goes all together. Now you got to understand, I have lived in France, so I consider myself French, and we had an Italian person in front of me, and then we had a British person, right? And Stephanie's partner is Italian, and I looked at the bread and I said, "That is not focaccia." And the guy says, "Yeah, no, no, this is focaccia." The server comes up and says, "This is the focaccia, and this is what the chef said that it was." And I was like, "Absolutely not! In the world's bread, I am French. That is not a focaccia. We have an Italian person here. That is not a focaccia. So I don't know what that is, but we're not having that. So either you find me the bread that is real focaccia or you don't write it at all, right?" Send the person back and said, "Hey, look, we're going to change it." In between time, somebody else arrived with the dish, the same thing, saying this is the focaccia. The audacity of the waitress to say that the focaccia, she's like, "No, no, this is like, and this is breadsticks. Guys, this is breadsticks." And she's like, "Yeah, no, this is the focaccia on one side and this is the normal one." I was like, "Hold it up." Excuse me. Now, if you guys know me, and you guys know who I am, I just told the person, I was like, "You can fool anybody else, but if you want, but you're talking to a French person." I repeated somebody else. I have lived in France. The person in front has lived in Italy. Focaccia is absolutely not that. So I don't care what you call it, but that's not on the list. And if you know me, you know that I have high quality standards. So I expect the level of service. Don't treat me dumb. Number one, treat people as if you know not exactly what they do, but at least you level up to like, okay, I made a mistake. I apologize, which is number one. Treat people, but don't fool, right? That is one thing I dislike, and that will piss me off more than anything else. Don't fool me. Like, you cannot fool somebody that has been through it. Now, I only talk about things that I've talked, but la focaccia was not a focaccia. So I was like, I'm not taking that. That is not focaccia. So we changed, we altered the menu, whatever. That was already one. The point is that the audacity of the waitress coming in and telling me that she knew better than me, I had to hold up and say, "Hey, wait a minute." And that's my second point, is that number two, some of y'all won't speak up for who you are. You don't fool me, right? Your product is shit. Your product is shit. I will tell you, my product on the supplements is the best on the market. Why? Because I keep on talking about it all the time, because I'm the promoter of the promoter, right? I am good at styling. I'm the best of the best. I'm la creme de la creme. You either like it or you don't, that's fine. But don't, if something is wrong and I don't like it, I will tell you point blank in your face. That is one thing that I have a hard time with the UK, is the UK, the standards are so low that you get what the lowest you think. And if you guys know me, I like going out to a place where I know I'm going to enjoy. One of the reasons why I barely go out is because the food level quality is just so disgusting. So I'm sorry if that is going to piss a few people off, but I don't like it. I will tell you the truth and I will say honestly. I know Laz was here, but Laura was here, but she served a great, like she was a great waitress at serving us with different things, and we absolutely loved it. I loved it, loved her energy, etc. The food, on the other hand, I said wasn't the best, right? Of what she said she loved, but I tried wasn't the best. Now that's my opinion. That's fine. But don't say something is that when it's not that, when you know you're talking to people that are authentic. There comes a point where honesty is probably the best thing. It'll probably hit you hard in your soul, but it's something that you got to speak up. You speak up loud. So I want you also to understand in the list of this lesson of, the food wasn't great, but at the same time, the food wasn't great, but we had a great moment together in the sun. We were able to talk about business. We were able to talk about different things. Like, how would it feel, Jonathan, to be able to be on a table and you're talking to someone, you're like, oh my goodness, it just feels so good? Or Andy, what would it feel if we were like together? And I think you're in Vegas, right? What would it feel if we could just like connect and talk about something? Yes, the service wasn't great, but I was able to talk about things. Like, talk about the fact that last year was probably the toughest year for all three of us, but we still made it. And what was beautiful about them two, a beautiful couple, is that at the end of 2023, they realized that they both needed just each other. They needed both of each other. And that was enough for them to realize that the hardship that they went through brought them closer together. What would that be for you? Right? Number 3, I'm going to leave you with this because I have to jump off, is lead with knowledge. Now, my mood is like, if I don't like something and I don't like your face, I won't even talk to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you, Sasha. I'm not talking to you, Sarah. I'm not talking to you, Andy. I'm not talking to you, Laura. I ain't budging. And you can see it by my face. But what I will do, and then what Rico did, which was really, really smart, he showed the picture of La Focaccia to show to the person, said, what you're talking to me about is not exactly that. But I'll shift and I'll move and I'll share you with this. Like, lead with knowledge, right? I also led with knowledge by saying, hey, don't fool me. Like, I live in France. I know what it is a focaccia. I know also what the other person is and what it does not work, right? Because there comes a point where you can't fool. You got to lead with knowledge. And that's probably a bit of my default too at the same thing where I don't always do it. Hey, Torben, I know we're jumping on in probably 2 minutes. I'm finishing this up. But it's understanding that, yes, the service was shitty. You told me it was a focaccia piece, but it wasn't a focaccia. And you're telling me this is what it is. No, I don't think so. So in business, you've got to understand how you can lead with love, how you can lead with understanding, how you can lead with understanding, okay, this is not the best, but I'm going to shift it to what can I pull out of this? And so at the end of the whole situation that we had, we actually said, okay, you know what? The food wasn't great, but we had a great time and we went for a walk. We went into nature. We grounded ourselves to be like, okay, it feels good to be able to just walk and talk and just, let out the frustration of one moment, but to shift. Your brain can't be happy and sad at the same time. You got to shift. It's either one or the other. Which one do you choose? And I heard this, which is absolutely beautiful. And I want to share it today with you guys, which I think is talking about, we're not a drop in the ocean. We are the ocean. So which one do you choose to be? Are you going to be the person that's going to lead with elevation? Or are you going to lead with, oh, I'm just going to be unhappy. I'm going to be mad, etc. Or can you lead with love? Okay, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. Remember to be you do. The world does not dictate who you are, but you dictate the world. If you guys don't know, I help the multicultural, multi-ethnic to brand on social media to earn at the same time. So if that is you and you're wanting to earn extra income, absolutely. You're wanting some supplements that will fuel you, give you the energy, the boost, also show your abs too at the same time. That is also hashtag chakra. I love you. Appreciate you. Talk to you guys later. Bye.